What's happening, my people? Flying Speaks back for another video. Um, Listen, I did not watch this game between the Indiana Fever and the Dallas Wings. Typically, I watch every Indiana Fever game just out of curiosity, and I also enjoy. I do enjoy the way they play. I like watching Caitlin Clark, as well as Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. They are an entertaining team. But what I'm trying to figure out is, first of all, I'm surprised that they lost to the Dallas Wings. The Dallas Wings are a team that won five games all year. They do have a dynamic player in Enrique Agumbawale, who I think is one of the best players in the league. But I guess what I'm trying to figure out is if any brothers who watch this game, I will find a way to watch it, on replay or something like that. Hopefully, I don't know if it's on the Game Pass. I know every game isn't. I understand it was an ESPN game, so it may not be available like that. But how in the world, Caitlin Clark got one of the craziest stat lines, probably the craziest stat line a rookie has had so far this year. 24 points, 19 assists. That's crazy. First of all, I'm trying to figure out how you 24 points, 19 assists. That's damn near a 2020 game. And then you're -8. I'm trying to figure out how did that happen. I guess the point guard she was playing against must have matched her. It's the only thing I could think of. For -8, and how do you lose with that type of stat line? That's crazy. And this is kind of the concern I'm having. Now, I can't speak to this because I didn't watch. You know what I mean? But I know there's something about just the way they play. They played well, in the last game. The Nafisa Collier list. Minnesota Lynx game. Here I expected a W. I really did. I thought they could go out there and just play 75% and beat them. But I don't know. I guess I got to look into Dallas, and I'm also check out some of the other, people who follow W. Seth Talks, real good resource that I go to for those teams that I haven't really had a chance. See, I haven't gotten a chance to get around to watching all 12 teams yet. I'm just kind of more Fever. I think I know them pretty well. The Sky, obviously. Connecticut for sure. Certain teams I've watched multiple times. The Aces, I pretty much watch them whenever I get a chance. But tonight I was too busy just doing. I'm running a little business at night, so I didn't really have a chance to check it out. But how in the world do you get a 24-19 game? And I know Leah Boston also chipped in, has had some good numbers, and lose and end up a minus, in the minus side category. Was your defense that bad? Man, inquiring minds need to know. That is crazy. That is crazy. I don't know if they're out there playing James Harden ball. I got to look a little deeper into the stats. I don't know if, she shot bad from the field or what the story is. But that stat line, just looking at the pure hard stat line, that stat line is crazy. That's like one of them Magic Johnson stat lines. But how do you lose with that stat line? Whew, I got to really, really investigate this game. That's crazy. Looks like Enrique had about 24. And also the point guard that's playing with her, who I gotta study, I gotta look into. Like she scored about 24 as well. That could be it. That the opponent you're going up against just, cooks you. It could be a number of things. I don't know. But wow. But now it's interesting. The W about to go on a break. The rookies are really going to benefit from this break. Angel Reese, you could tell. She's needing it. Because I think she's kind of actually hit a wall. And then this is also an opportunity to get back in the lab. Work on some of her weaknesses. I know one of the weaknesses she has is her shots are too easy to block for good shot blockers because of the low release point that she uses on her layups. You know, she has some decent footwork, believe it or not. She has some decent footwork. But then it's that low release point. You know, when she's everything is like she's scooping it. You know, where she needs to just work on just having a higher release point. That will help a lot. She also needs to work on just a little hezzy pull-up, which probably won't come this season. Not even sure if it'll come next season, but eventually, you know, I look for Angel to really start to emerge offensively, probably around that third year, you know, to really start looking altogether different offensively, I think. There's no doubt in my mind, though, that it'll happen because, you know, from everything I'm hearing, she's a hard worker. You know, she really hits the gym. You don't have to ask her to work. Despite what a lot of people think about, you know, they think she's out with the Met Galas and at the ESPYs or whatever. I don't know if she was actually there, but, you know, she has this reputation for going out and being seen in public. You know, like the other day she's out with Jaylen Brown and his girl, and who used to play for the team, and, you know, people formulate their ideas from that and their opinions, you know. But what I'm hearing from the coaches and teammates is, hey, she's there early and she's working. They don't have to ask her to do that, you know. So that's what I'll go with, you know, the stuff they're saying over, you know, over the nonsense narratives and assumptions people create, you know. So there's that. Caitlin Clark is probably going to come out firing. You know, you figure after she gets a break, she's going to be dangerous. I think the Fever are going to be dangerous. But I still cannot figure out how in the hell do you have a stat line like that and lose the game? That's crazy. I gotta find a way to see a replay of this game. Highlights isn't going to do it. Highlights don't do it. I gotta understand the story of this game. You know, I can already imagine the CC fans are going to just be out there blaming everyone else, and because she put up those numbers, that gives them the green light they feel to just blame everybody. It's probably definitely going to be a blame the coach night. I can already tell, but I don't go to them for the you know, for the tail of the tape. They're too emotional and too more emotionally invested in her, and, you know, and removing all blame from her. Though at the same time you want to say she's the best player. Like, it's like only with her and LeBron James do you hear this, you know, the best player not being held accountable. Like, it seems like with any other athlete, it falls on the best player, you know. Since they say she's the best player, you know. I know right now it's Aaliyah Boston, but, you know, she projects to probably end up being the best. I know that stat line is insane, 24-19. She got to be far away leading in assists by now. That's crazy, 19, you know. But I don't know what the numbers are bearing out. Perhaps her with those stat lines isn't winning basketball. Like I truly believe that's not winning basketball. You know, and I tell you, that does happen. You know, Julius Erving, when he came to the Philadelphia 76ers in 1976 from the ABA, when Julius Erving was in the ABA, he was without question the greatest player in the ABA. He was the Michael Jordan of basketball. And in particular in the ABA, he was insane. You know, averaging close to 30 points a night, some seasons 30. You know, when he came to the 76ers, though, he now was on a team with the guys that could play. Like, yeah, Mike Bibby, his father played there. You had World B. Free on the team. You had Doug Collins, who was a 20-point-a-night guy. We had Caldwell Jones, who is a great power forward, who's giving you 20-something a night. You know, the Philadelphia 76ers were loaded. So when they added Doc, that was it. But what Doc had to do was sacrifice his game in order for the team to be better. You know, and I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch this game, but I got this feeling that there's something in there, in that. You know, you got to have this conversation. You know, I know it probably looks great the way I'm sure it looked great, 19 assists. You know, but something's wrong. You know, you should not lose, especially to a team that you're better than with that type of stat line, you know. So, yeah, you guys, man, you know, perhaps let me know what you saw, what your takeaways were from. Like I said, I couldn't watch the game. But that's crazy. But I get with y'all. Peace out.